certainty that only rulers know. He moved the borders of the world and watched the rivers flow. In directions he decided at the speed that served his name. He taxed the fields in autumn, and he never felt the same. As the man who worked the fields, he was the reason and the law. He built his towers upward till the clouds were all he saw. And when he asked the gods for time enough to see his work complete, the gods looked at each other and they gave him what he'd seek. Not what he meant by it, but what the words themselves had said. Time enough to see his work, and so they left him not quite dead. He walks among the living, and the living do not know the man who signed their great-great-grandfather's writ of woe. He has no crown, no palace, and no title to his name, just the eyes that saw it done and the memory of the claim. He asked for time to see his work. The gods were generous, they gave him all the centuries. They gave him all of us, and every consequence he sowed is flowered into view. He sees it all, he knows it all. There's nothing he can do. He'd emptied with his 30-year campaign. He watched the village children with the faces of the slain rebuild the walls he'd broken, saw them thinner than before. Saw the song they sang at harvest had no verses anymore. The ones he'd killed had taken 7 generations worth of knowledge of the planting and the reading of the earth. He watched a famine come and go that might not have been there if one particular shepherd he had hanged still breathed the air. Their great-great-grandfather's writ of woe. He has no crown, no palace, and no title to his name, just the eyes that saw it done and the memory of the claim. He asked for time to see his work. The gods were generous, they gave him all the centuries. They gave him all of us, and every consequence he sowed is flowered into view. He sees it all, he knows it all. There's nothing he can do. The tower, I thought the work was the war. I thought the work was the border and the name above the door. I did not know the work was the boy who watched his father drag the woman at the roadside, the generation that the campaign had. Every life I did not see is the work. The work is there, and the gods gave me the centuries to count them all. The years he has been a farmer, sailor, has been everything that serves. Has learned the names of plants he once destroyed without reserves. Has sat beside the dying and has learned to hold a hand. Has slowly over centuries come to understand what the fields required, what the rivers needed, what the small and ordinary people knew that wasn't in his hall. He is more king now than he ever was upon the throne, and he carries it in silence, and he carries it alone. He walks among the living, and the living do not know that every wall they shelter in was built on what he chose. He has no crown, no palace, and no anger and no claim, just the long and patient learning of what governance became. He asked for time to see his work. The gods were wise, they gave him long enough to see it through his subject's eyes.